My fry starter tank is doing quite well. I have at least a dozen juvenile and fry Colombian Tetra. I don't believe that the larger ones are big enough to go into the 75-gallon tank at this stage, so I'll continue to let them grow out before doing another water change in the 120 and putting that water in here where hopefully it will contain eggs, and the remaining small fry in the tank hopefully won't be large enough to devour the hatchlings. When they are large enough to avoid predation in my 75-gallon tank, I move the young Colombian Tetra here, and they get along quite nicely with male guppies, male black mollies, true Siamese algae eaters, and one South American bumblebee catfish. Here's a look at the 120-gallon tank with adult Colombian Tetra. They're doing quite well in a tank decorated with Malaysian driftwood. This 10-gallon tank houses one male Betta splendens, and the lights on this tank are compact fluorescent lights, which tend to encourage the growth of this coating type of algae or offlux. So although I've cleaned it off of the glass, I'm encouraging its growth on the decorations, particularly the Mopani driftwood. I hope that this algae will coat them, and then I can put them into the autosynclus tank where they can graze on this algae. The cherry shrimp and 3 Amano shrimp in this tank are doing fine. This tank has had quite a bit of blackbeard and green hair algae. Periodically I take plants and decorations out and douse them with hydrogen peroxide to get rid of these types of algae. They're not harmful to the shrimp, but I'm hesitant to treat the entire tank with hydrogen peroxide. I know that if you do that in low dosages, it does tend to reduce the algae, but I'm afraid I might use too much and harm the shrimp, so I continue to just battle the algae by removing infested plants and manually removing green hair algae, and occasionally treating with hydrogen peroxide outside of the tank.